A certain football party comes to mind, one that was more about the food than the game itself. A gathering infused with anticipation, camaraderie, and a shared love for the sport. But it was the Birria Tacos that stole the show, becoming the real MVP of the night. The aroma of slow-cooked meat and spices wafting through the air, the unforgettable first bite that had everyone reaching for seconds, thirds, and even fourths. Now imagine recreating that magical night in your own kitchen. So how do you make your own Birria Tacos? Start by gathering all the necessary ingredients. You'll need 3 pounds of boneless beef chuck roast, 10 dried guajillo chilies, 4 dried ancho chilies, and a single dried arbol chili. The spices include a teaspoon each of ground cumin, dried oregano, black pepper, and half a teaspoon of ground cloves. You'll also need 6 cloves of garlic, a medium-sized onion, a handful of fresh cilantro, and a quart of beef broth. Begin by prepping the chilies. Remove the stems and seeds, then toast them in a dry skillet until they're aromatic and slightly darkened, but not burnt. Soak them in hot water for about half an hour until they've softened. While the chilies are soaking, start browning the beef. Cut it into manageable chunks and sear each piece on all sides in a big pot with a bit of oil. Remove the beef and set it aside. Then, in the same pot, sauté your onions and garlic until they become fragrant and the onions translucent. Now it's time to blend. Drain your chilies and put them in a blender with the sautéed onions, garlic, and the rest of the spices. Add a cup of beef broth and blend until you have a smooth, thick paste. Next, return the beef to the pot and cover it with the chili paste. Stir well to ensure every piece is coated. Pour in the rest of the beef broth, add a pinch of salt and let it simmer. This is where patience comes into play. Slowly simmer the beef for about 4 hours until it's tender and falling apart. Once the beef is ready, shred it using 2 forks. Now, for the tortillas. Dip each tortilla into the broth, then fill it with shredded beef and fold it in half. Fry each taco in a hot skillet until it's crispy and golden brown. To serve, ladle some broth into bowls and serve the tacos with chopped cilantro, diced onion, and lime wedges on the side. So, to recap: 1. Prep and soak the chilies. 1. Brown the beef and sauté the onions and garlic. 1. Blend the chilies with the spices and some beef broth. 1. Coat the beef with the chili paste, add broth and simmer. 5. Shred the beef. 1. Dip tortillas in broth, fill with beef and fry. 1. Serve with broth and garnish, and there you have it, a recipe that's a guaranteed touchdown at your next football party. Birria Tacos, a feast that's equally as thrilling as the game itself.